Hey, it's your boy A6 today, and I'm here to make a video today. This one is gonna be a little bit different, like very, very different. And this is gonna be stuff that I wish I knew when I was 18 years old. Like when I first became an adult. I don't know if you guys know, but now I'm 24. Yeah, I know a lot of people cannot tell. Everybody thinks I'm a kid. Oh shoot, I forgot I had that. Y'all see that little line I cut in my eyebrow? Yeah, my hair covers it. But sorry about that. But I'm gonna get right into it. Things that I wish I knew when I was 18 years old. First things first, credit cards. And I tell this to everybody who's about to become an adult or who's thinking about getting a credit card. If you are planning on getting a credit card, I highly recommend you not to. And I'm gonna get into why. But if you have a job that's gonna pay you anywhere from 50,000 plus a year, a credit card is okay. But if you're working at a job, a regular job, like a minimum wage job type job that ain't paying a crazy amount, like if you're not making at least 50,000 a year, I highly recommend you not to get a credit card, and I'm explaining to you why. And the reason why I say that is because I wish I knew this. But when you get a credit card, it's nice to have a good credit score. My credit score is really good. It's nice. Like I don't want to say don't get a credit card, but the reason why I say don't is because if you don't make a lot of money, having a good credit score is not gonna help you. Like I'm just gonna be real honest with you. Credit is really only for people with a decent amount of money. You gotta have at least a big boy job. You gotta have a career. But I recommend getting a career before you get a credit card. That's one thing I do want to say because I found that out because my credit score is extremely high, but it's useless because I don't have a career job. It's so useless. So basically, I'm just paying money a month for no reason, essentially to have a credit card that shows that I got a high score that I can. And what I did know also with having good credit, it helps you get loans. But but what I hate that I didn't know is that with those loans, these banks get to choose who they want to give loans to. And what I didn't know about it is it's not right how they do this. This is what the banks will do. Let's say I have the same credit score as a white man, and they only can give out one loan. Me and this guy both have the same credit score. We got the same history. We both make our payments on time. If they could only give it to one of us, they're going to give it to him because that's literally how they do it. They would like white people or anybody besides black people are more likely to get these loans. And a lot of people, they don't tell you that because that's how this stuff works. They get to choose who they give it to, and they will literally give it to somebody else because you're black. If you had the same credit score as that other person. So keep that in mind, especially if you're black, before you even think about dealing with credit cards. Second off, getting a big boy job. When I was 18 years old, I should have went straight to the factories. Straight to the factories. And the reason why I say that is because I could have made a lot of money, like saved it up. Because I used to save up a decent amount of money, and I could have had that money just saved up and just sitting. Because life, I don't know if y'all know, but life gets expensive, dog. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, this shit is so expensive. And so what? Yeah. Okay. Let me get into another thing. Another thing, I wish I took $10 out of all of my checks and threw it into stocks or sports betting. That's something I recommend everybody do at the age of 18. If you don't have any bills, if you're staying with your parents or going to college or anything like that, and you don't have to pay for anything, and you work, like even if you work a lower paying job, take like $10 out of it and put it either in stocks, bet on it with the sports betting, do something with it. And the reason why I say that is because you can turn that little amount into something big. Like if you don't do the sports betting, I could understand. I would suggest putting that in stocks. A lot of people, they do it in the savings account, and I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't do it with a savings account. Because savings accounts, banks, sometimes they'll charge you to use it. They'll charge you to take your own money out of a savings account. So I highly recommend that. Like honestly, banking just in general, at the age of 18, I suggest people don't bank unless you're banking with like Chime or something. I suggest everybody do like banking where you have access to your money, because when you give it to a personal bank, what they can do, these banks, they give out loans so they can take your money out. And if the U.S. goes through a Great Depression, you can't even get that money out. And I recommend everybody keeping cash on them. Like keep a little bit of cash on you because you don't ever want money to go completely microtransaction. Like you don't want money to be strictly like credit and debit because that's gonna be a terrible world we live in if we allow that. That's why I say everybody, what we need to do, we 100% need to get a specific amount of money. Like I said, like this, if you got bills that come out every month on your paycheck automatically, let all of that stuff come out of your money and then take the rest out and keep it as cash. One, you'll be way less likely to spend it. Two, like as crazy as that sounds, you're actually way less likely to spend cash. And the reason why I say it is because with debit and credit, you can spend that shit on your phone. Like you'll be on Amazon, you'll be on websites like that just buying shit. When you got it in cash, you know you can't do that. But I mean, with cash though, if you go into a store, but it's the same thing with a debit and credit card, you'll blow that money quick. So what I would suggest you do, take all the money you don't need for your bills out and keep that. That way you have access to your own money. I don't think like me, I'm starting to be one of them people. I don't think the government should have access to my money. I really don't because it scares me, especially when they're talking about this modifiable chip that they're trying to implant in people. And if they're gonna do that, and you got money in the banks, let's say that they stop using debits and credit cards, and they say the only way you can use like spend money is using those chips. I'm not getting that chip. I'm sorry, I'm not getting that shit. So fuck it. But yeah. Let me get on to some other things. What are some other things I wish I knew before I was 18? Oh yeah. Don't with the job. Do not overwork yourself at a job. Work good enough not to get fired. Don't be a hard worker. They tell you to be a hard worker. Do not be a hard worker. Jobs don't deserve for you to work hard. They don't pay enough. I'm be honest with you. Eventually, you start working. You keep working harder. They're gonna keep giving you more work. And what's gonna happen? You're eventually gonna get burned out, and you're just gonna quit. I mean, I know because I done did it twice. Or actually, honestly, every damn job I done fucking had, dog. I get sick of it, bro. Like honestly, I just don't really like the workforce because like they always talk about this shit about how you can get moved up and yada yada, all this, all that. I don't be wanting to hear that shit. I don't be giving a fuck about moving up at a job anymore. Anyway, be honest, I just want more money. Everywhere I go, the only reason why I take higher positions is literally to get paid more. That's the only reason why I do it. I know there's a lot of people that say, well, that's the reason. I know there's gonna be a lot of people say, well, that's the reason why everybody moves up. And I was like, not exactly. Some people like getting high positions. Me, I don't give a shit about that. I don't care about bossing people around. I just want some money. If you give me the same, if I keep my same position with bossing people around money, I'd rather do that. I don't give a fuck. I'm one of those people. I'm not trying to be all in somebody's face, trying to force them to do something. These grown folks, man, the workforce. And another thing, I wish I knew when I was 18. Don't take shit from nobody. I mean, I was told this, but I didn't truly understand it until like now. Like now that I'm older, I definitely understood it. I probably understood this about time I was 19, but now, yeah. And I'm gonna be honest. Anybody who gets a customer service job, there's a lot of customers that be trying to talk crazy, dog. And I'm be honest with you, don't take none of that shit. Like the workforce, you don't get paid enough for a motherfucker to bitch in your face. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I've argued with a bunch of people in my work, in my lifetime, in the workforce. It's damn near every time I argue with people. And the reason why is because I'm like, dude, you motherfuckers think y'all can talk to me any kind of way? I'm like, dude, my parents don't even talk to me like that. I'm like, you think you could run your mouth like that? I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm one of those people now. I'm just not gonna sugarcoat shit. Like especially with randoms that I don't fucking know. I'll sugarcoat it a little if they're decent. Like if they're just nice, if they're nice about it and they don't understand something, I don't mind. I'm not gonna be an asshole to people. But if somebody's gonna come up to me demanding shit and getting in my face about it, yeah, I'm gonna stand up. Cause I'm like, you ain't finna talk to me like that. And I'm like, and if it becomes a problem, we can go settle it. I'm a grown man now. Like, fuck it. I'll throw hands at this point. I don't even gotta argue with a motherfucker. I'll punch you. I'll punch you to show you. Like, hey, you still think you big and tough? Now, I ain't saying I'm the biggest, toughest, baddest motherfucker out there. I'm just saying, in the workforce, this type of shit you deal with, and me, I done dealt with enough of it. Fuck it. I'm either gonna beat somebody's ass or I'm gonna get my ass beat. I say it like this. I'd rather that than somebody getting in my face and trying to yell at me, because that shit ain't happening. I'm sorry, that shit ain't happening to me no more. I'm a grown ass man. And I mean, I say it like this. I'm a 200 pounder. I'm not saying I'm the biggest motherfucker, but I'm bigger than most people. Most motherfuckers ain't gonna try to fight me. Plus, I'm 24. I'm still fairly young. I can still move. And I said like this: the main people you will have problems with in the workforce, if you're dealing with customer service, is old white people. It's just old white people. They really the only motherfuckers that get attitudes. And when you get an attitude back with them, they calm it down. They calm it down real quick because they realize you don't give a fuck. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I've had plenty of customers yelling at me. I remember there was one dude, he was elder. Like I'm talking about, and I'm one of those people. They say respect your elders, and I respect my elders, like my grandparents and stuff like that. But my grandparents don't yell at me like that. My grandma, she never tries to yell in my face like that. I mean, I'd respect if she did it because that's my grandma. I ain't gonna be trying to fight my grandma. But there was this old man. He was kind of like he was getting attitude with me, and I had to raise my voice at him to let him know, hey, bro, like you want to raise your voice, understand something, bro. I can punch you in the mouth. And remember, I'm not saying I want to punch an old man in his mouth, but if that old man get to talking crazy, he can get punched in the mouth. I mean, these hands is rated E for everyone. Like I say it like this. I ain't saying I'm gonna punch somebody in the mouth. What I'm saying is if people talk crazy and then it gets to a point where they're just saying some out of pocket shit, and I have to tell them, hey, meet me outside real quick. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of them niggas. Hey, I'm a nigga moment away. Hey, I say it like that. I'm a nigga moment away. But it's a lot of stuff people need to learn, bro. Cause this life shit is gonna kick your ass if you don't learn it. But yeah. And I'm not making this video saying that all this stuff will happen to you at age 18 or anything like that, or you don't have to make you. I'm not making this video to tell you what not to do. I'm making this video to tell you what I'd recommend you do from my personal experience. My personal experiences, like this is me personally. Like this is stuff I wish I knew at the age 18. And I'm just here to help y'all. If y'all come across this video, I'm not saying y'all gotta listen to everything I say, because y'all can do whatever y'all want. Y'all make y'all own decisions. Y'all are 18 and up. Y'all are grown-ups. Let alone, I'm just some guy on YouTube. I can't tell y'all to do shit. Y'all ain't my kids. But what I'm saying is, maybe people need to start understanding life is hard. It's not getting no easier. Luckily for my generation, we got 10, 15 more years, if that, in the workforce. I'm not gonna be working until I'm 65. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not. It's gonna be a problem if I am. Like the government, we probably won't have a government if my generation's still working by 65. Ain't nothing gonna exist, because motherfuckers is just gonna quit their jobs. Like I'm be honest, this new generation, we're a lot of old souls. It's a lot of old souls being born, and a lot of shit that the older people go for. Us old souls in a new body, we're not gonna go for that. Like me, I'm not working until I'm 65 just to retire and have nothing left over. Like I'm not doing that. That shit dead as fuck. Like I'm just saying that in the nicest way possible. That shit dead as fuck. If they think I'm finna do that shit, it's gonna be a problem. Like somebody, like fuck it, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, y'all better figure something out. Cause fuck, I'm not working past age of 40. I'm just gonna be real. I'm not working past 40. I mean, I'm gonna be a millionaire anyway, but I'm not working past 40, and I don't think anybody should. If you working past 40, you working way too long, you working way too hard. They killing you. That's what they're doing. The workforce is just something that slowly kills you. But yeah. Oh, another thing. This is one of the most important things. I forgot to say this. When you turn 8, let's say you graduate in high school. If you don't have a plan and you don't have to go to college, do not go straight to college. Unless you know exactly what you want to do and what you want to major in college, don't go straight to college. If you, like, for the people who aren't forced to go straight to college, I was kind of forced. I wish my parents would have told me more about trade school, because I would have took that route. Trade school is so much better. I ain't gonna lie to you. The college route is not good. Like, unless you got a specific thing that nobody does, and you're like a specialist, like if you're going to med school, becoming a lawyer or something like that, college is great for that. But everybody else, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, it's your boy A6, and I'm out.